So I was getting that you need to be preaching the good. You need to go out and preach. You need to share the word with others. That's what I got from it.
Okay, great. Now, how do you share the word?
By talking to people, being an example.
So you share the word by speaking the word to people and being an example of that which you speak.
Mm-hmm.
So we really shouldn't speak nothing that we're not doing.
Right.
Because if you do, then you're making the word false. You're saying the word don't have any power.
Yeah, you're reading a hypocrite.
Right. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that. So what did he say in Timothy 4?
So I'm just going to read a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm just going to read a little bit.
Okay.
So it says, in the presence of God and Christ, who will judge the living and the dead, and in view of his appearing in his kingdom, I will give you this charge. Preach the word, be prepared in season and out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and careful instruction. For the time will come when men will not put up with the sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ear wants to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. But you keep your head in all situations, endure hardship, do the work of an evangelist, discharge all the duties of your ministry. For I am already being poured out like a drink offering, and the time has come for my departure. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award me on that day. And not only to me, but also to all who have longed to his appearing, for his appearing.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And that was good enough from there to there. So basically, Paul was saying to Timothy, look, I charge thee therefore before God and before the Lord Jesus, the anointed, who shall judge the quick and the dread. I don't like to use that word Jesus, I swear I don't. The quick and the dread at his appearing and his kingdom. I like to use the Son of Man. I don't like to use that word Jesus. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So let me get this right. Timothy is saying, preach the word in season.
Mm-hmm.
And out of season. What do we mean by that?
In season and out of season?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's all day, every day, whether you having a good day or you having a bad day.
And whether they want to hear it or not want.
Yeah.
And in preaching the word, you are to rebuke. No, listen. You are to reprove and exhort with long suffering and doctrine. So what they mean when they say reprove?
You have to correct. You got to give them patience and love.
So
that's what a lot of people forget.
They also forget, and hear me if you think I'm wrong, then let me know. They also forget that we are not out trying to bring the world to Christ. We are out in search of the lost saints.
Mm-hmm.
And we always forget that. We want to involve everybody. But God already chose the ones that he wants.
Right.
We don't do the choosing. So our job is to go out and speak to the living, not to the dead. So let me ask you a question. Who is the living?
Who's the living?
Yeah, who is the living among
Chosen
us?
people of God.
So them are the ones that we are supposed to go to. The sick that's in God.
Mm-hmm.
The blind that's in God. The lost that's in God. The deaf that's in God. The hungry that's in God. But not the world.
Right.
Because we're not supposed to have anything to do with the world.
Mm-hmm.
Light and darkness have nothing in common. They don't associate together. So God was really telling us to go preach to his children who were lost in the way. Like the children of Israel, who were a stubborn people. They were lost in their ways. They were God's children, but they were lost because they would not walk in God's direction. They made up their own laws. They added to God's laws and took away from God's laws. So therefore they wasn't giving the people the truth. And they had the people walking in wrong, in sin, in transgression against God's law. So he sent other ones to speak to Israel. But remember, Israel is only a people of God who are stubborn. It's not a people of the world. Israel were the children of God who happened to be a stubborn children. It was one of the 12 tribes. He didn't say all the tribes were stubborn.
Right.
But he said they were stubborn in the tribes. In other words, just like with us, New Testament talk about how the devil comes in and sit with us. It talks about how he's in our congregation among the righteous. Why is he in our congregation among the righteous? Because he's seeking all that he can devour. He don't want to devour those in the world because he already devoured them. He already got them. The only ones he want to mislead is the children of God. The devil ain't going after the children of the world. Why would he? He already got them.
I'm gonna get ready.
Do it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not searching for the people of the world. You're not trying to get them. You're trying to just correct God's people in the way that they're going. You're trying to correct the ones that have been called. Or what shall I say? I'm sorry, forgive me. The ones that have been chosen. Because many been called. Many been called. Many been called. Think about that. Hey, make sure you join us today on TikTok. Make sure you join us on YouTube. And make sure you join us on Facebook. We're going to be talking about that. Why was the word given to us? Why was it written for us? Join us today at 10 Mountain Time. Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Under the African People of Love, look for us. You'll see us under the African People of Love, the national church. Church meaning the national people, the true people of God, the kings and the queens that was chosen to be rulers of this world. You, if you feel God has called you, if you feel God is calling you, if you feel you are one of the ones that God has chosen, then make sure you join us for the true teaching of why the word was given to us. Hey, peace and one love, and thank you. My name is Elijah X. I'm from the Queens and the Kings of Africa. Right out of the African People of Love National Church. They're in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where we started at. That's where our headquarters is at. Join us. You're sure to learn something about you, about us as a whole. Until then, peace and one love.